Finally got up with G.I.B, cuzzo, my blood cousin. What's up, cuzzo?
Yo, what's up? Yo, G.I.B, downtown Brooklyn. Still forever ride digs, you know that shit. But, you know, gotta link up with family. You know what I'm saying? 1 + 1 is 2, not 3. You know, stay away from the sci-fi motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We getting into this shit. Yeah.
All right. So I really want to thank you for coming to, do this with me because I missed you, cuzzo.
Nah, real shit. Been a minute.
Right. So first I want to start off with, because you mentioned Rod Diggs. How's he doing?
Well, the one thing I can say about somebody that's in the system for so long, you got to keep your strength and your spirit alive. You got to be your own strength at all times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the way it turned around. A lot of people ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers can't even do a minute. Can't even do 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I'm one of them.
Right.
Growing up in the hood, what do you think makes the youngins like wild out and turn to crime and gangs and things? What is that about?
Like the youngins now is not knowing. You know what I mean? A lot of them there's a lot of fear behind it. Actions come with fear. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what they doing, they don't really know what they doing, but they doing it. Right. You know, as all kids, teenagers do. You know, I feel like being in New York is not easy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Being in New York is a place where you got to really make it make sense. You know, your mother could be a YN. You know what I'm saying? You got YN mothers. You know what I mean? So when you growing up in the hood and your mother's a YN, you know, you got no choice but to throw the motherfucking YN on. You like, yo, my mom's is a YN. The fuck you think I'ma be? So it's like, you know, for those that's really trying to find a path and find a way, it's like, you know, tap in with yourself, go through your own reality. That jail shit ain't cool. You know, the gang shit. Got motherfuckers Muslim, Crip, and used to be blood. It's confusing. So what I just say, stand on what you stand on, because every friend of a friend ain't a friend. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize that sometimes you create your own enemies. You create your own goals. You create what happens to you. You know,
you're in control of your life.
As far as like how a younger generation is acting, is like, you know, we had Little Kim. They got Sexy Red. Hoochie coochie. You know what I mean? Bow, bow. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of her anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of Sexy Red. You know what I mean? I'm not a Sexy Red, disagreeer. You know what I mean? But the young crowd really need to find a connection, because the way they giving out jail time, it's not cool. It's not, you got motherfuckers 19 in the federal system looking like they 50. You know what I mean? All this shit is about taking care of yourself. You gotta understand that COVID shit only showed people how much y'all taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas in the army getting shot with K-Soviets and surviving. Y'all niggas get shot in the leg and die. Stop eating chopped cheese. You know? Your cause of death is chopped cheese. You know? Put some fucking real potatoes in your fucking body and you will survive. Ain't no way in hell you dying from a leg shot. It's chopped cheese, my nigga. The one thing I like repeating is that sometimes, your answer is the problem. If you take time and write down what you're going through, what you want to do, you write it down. That's why they used to give you a journal. You know, people don't know how to write. Some people don't know how to spell laugh no more. They keep putting LOL without fucking everything. Yo, how was your day? LOL. I went to the gym. LOL. I ate fucking cheese only. LOL. What the fuck is LOL? How many A's is in laugh and G's? And then they blame it on a typo.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about your music. I was
fucking with music.
I love your music.
I'm still behind the music. Me doing music it was real.
One of my favorite lines is, you used to use coats for blankets.
Right, growing up I used coats for blankets. That
really stuck out to me.
Well, I use coats for blankets. That's real shit. A lot of bars I say is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That.
10 toes down till they toe tag them. They ain't killing rats. They walking past them. If you don't see me with them, niggas stop asking. What good is Michael Jordan if he ain't have a Phil Jackson? Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Funeral time, the body is not in a casket. Ain't nobody realer. Natural born killer. pluck the wings off the butterfly and step on caterpillars. Yo, that's just that's just regular shit.
And the other one I like,
No structure.
Fact Rap.
Fact Rap. Fact Rap is definitely, shout out to my son Shooter.
I like that one you did.
You know,
I kept that on my Instagram.
Shooter is definitely DNA. Diamond Guard.
Niggas going to prison.
Oh.
Certain niggas going to prison more than they going to school.
Right.
Something like that.
Right,
yeah,
right,
you
I
dropping jewels.
forgot about that.
We love that one.
The music shit for people that's out there trying to do music. You know, the best thing I tell them, you know, to be real, it's like, don't try to clone. Like, it's the difference between looking up to somebody and I started doing music. Yes, the locks played a big part, but I used to listen to Styles and be like, damn, this nigga talking about me. And I ain't even know Styles. But I was like, damn, this nigga spitting so hard, so I gotta come back with some shit. Right. But I feel like when you doing music, you gotta do that shit authentic. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot of niggas nowadays is doing music for women, for BBL women and shit. They don't know how to treat normal women no more. Make it make sense for yourself. You know, you're not doing music for your hood. You're doing music for people that's really, it ain't nothing like a white fucking fan that's just crying, oh my God, it's him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get that, oh my God, it's him, you need to write that oh my God shit. You're not doing that like bow shit. You know what I mean? Music definitely changed.
Who's your top 5?
Wow, top 5 alive.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Number 1, Pac. Jay. Kiss. Wayne. That's 4?
That's 4.
After Wayne. Damn. Juicy J.
Juicy J.
Juicy
Okay.
J. Juicy J. Juicy
Okay.
J. Juicy J is definitely in my top 5. Creator. Club banger person. You know, definitely somebody that was part of a group that could still create the vibe. So Juicy J definitely made my top 5.
How do you feel about God? Because my thing is God is my best.
I love that. Let me just say first and foremost, that saying right there, God is my bestie. You know, there's so many people, and you, especially being from New York, you're in the city with a bunch of people and you still feel like you're by yourself. You could be around 150 people and still feel like you're by yourself. You know? When you hear somebody say God is my bestie, it's like everything is perfect timing. You know what I mean? I'm a very strong believer of God, and not only a believer of it, I've been in mad situations that I know I couldn't do that shit without somebody over me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you could be by yourself, but you're really not by yourself. Because God don't put you through nothing you can't handle, and never put a question mark where God put a period. Don't ask yourself why you crossed the street, why you did that. You did it already. You know. I feel like too many people moonwalking back, they're not moving forward. You know, too much negativity, too much sadness. You know, things happen. We get it. You know, children don't supposed to die. Innocent people don't supposed to die. But you know, one thing I feel about G.O.D. being a bestie, man, I got totally 1,000,000%. I'm all for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you just gotta go with it. When you go with it, you feel it. It's about faith. I feel the more you lose faith, the more you let other stuff in. You know what I'm saying? So without faith, you don't have nothing. Sometimes your day not planned out, but the shit that's not planned be the best shit ever because it's not set. You know what I'm saying? When you already know you going to the gym, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. By the time you get to 8, your body's tired because you set your mind to it. So I feel like life is about just going with it and keeping guard while you moving in life. You know what I'm saying? So never miss a step on that. You can pray anywhere. I just want to tell you, brothers and sisters out there, it don't matter. You don't need church to pray. You don't need nighttime to pray, daytime to pray. You can close your eyes for 5 seconds and pray and talk. You know what I'm saying? Right. So there's no set location of praying. There's no set location of keeping your faith strong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You ain't got to play victim to it. You make mistakes, but you got to live in your truth. You know, God should be everybody's bestie, but some of those, you know, ask for answers and they don't get it when they want to because, you know, God talked to you through other people. They got the song Shine a Light on them. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep that shit in good spirit. You know, control your anger. Anger ain't nothing but an argument with reality. You know, some people that's angry is just an argument with reality. It's a self thing. So if somebody want to be fucking angry man all day, it's a reality thing. It's like, yo, deal with yourself.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know what I mean? You gotta respect the mirror.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Even if you look like Forrest Whitaker, you're gonna be all right. There's somebody for everybody.
So, what are some things that you do to calm yourself when, you know, you feeling like angry or?
I think everybody's bipolar, but I'm a different type of bipolar person. So if I wake up and I just do like a Red Bull or something,
That's
you
gonna
should just
get
let
you
me go.
hyper.
Yeah, you just might as well just let me go because I'm about to crash out. I'm gonna say some stupid shit. I'm act weird as fuck. You know what I mean? But if I got tea in the morning, yo, that calms me the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I had a lot of good people that have been around me, fortunate in life, and I guess I blame the Red Bulls for the morning. You know?
Okay. All right.
But if I got tea, it calms it down. You know what I mean? Because everybody got an off and off switch. Me personally, like I'm somebody that would always show love. I'm a whole vibe myself, so I'm not a fan of, going to somebody's fucking event. Just because you're invited don't mean you're welcome. Back to the God bestie, man. Y'all got to tap in with that shit.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? You can't do nothing without God, man. You can't. Everybody smiling ain't happy. I'm just trying to give y'all some things to let it marinate. Because people ain't gonna appreciate you while you there, while you in front of them, this and that. You gotta be your own happiness, even at a dull moment. You gotta have self-control. Without self-control, you gonna crash. You know what I'm saying?
So
Shit like that.
How do you let things out? You was mentioning journal and stuff. How do you?
I let it out. Music.
Music. Okay.
I do my own karaoke and shit.
Okay. All right.
I let shit out through music. Certain songs and shit like that, and gotta make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense for you. Some people love the dark. I just have to say, some people just love the fucking dark. You call somebody, everything is all sad. Yo, the lizard died. The lizard was fucking eating scrambled eggs. What the fuck? And you controlling motherfuckers out there. If you want to control somebody, go to Petland. They got all the shit you can control. You don't want to control shit. You want everybody to be free in their mind. There's so many people out there that's a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? This is why nobody do nothing during the week, and then when the weekend come, they want to do everything. This is why they go to 3 fucking spots. Yo, we here. You trying to go? Yo, it's the athletes. What the fuck is the athletes? It's only 24 hours in a fucking day. That's why you need to pick up the Bible or the book. You read the Psalms. Psalms 23 is my favorite. You feel what I'm saying? I say a prayer that I say all the time in my head. But for those that's gravitating to religion and structure and all that, just stick what you sticking to before you start putting yourself out there. Pay attention to what you're saying. You know what I mean? God hear your thoughts.
And you don't have to be religious to have your relationship with
right.
God.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he overpower all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only one. You know what I mean? So all those that's in Japan and this and that.
And he's gangster. God pulls up.
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
pull up to hell.
Yeah, so a lot of and that's crazy you say that. A lot of shit people go through, they say the devil. No, God made you do that. He made you get off the train and get knocked out, and then you woke up good. He tried to tell you stop talking shit on the fucking train. You've been complaining for years about the fucking A train, and you got knocked out by a fucking bump. That wasn't the devil. God said shut the fuck up and get off at next stop. But we gonna tie this up.
Yeah,
Cuzzo right here.
This up. Love you, Cuzzo.
Family shit.
Is there anything you want to ask me before we wrap it up? One question or
the question I want to ask you is like, God is my bestie. We want to know when the clothing line and all that might be coming out. Is that an idea and process?
Oh, good question. It's definitely an idea and process.
Right.
I would love to see, people walking around with
God is my bestie
on their shirts.
Right.
And
that's a working process, yeah.
Yeah, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. Maybe
don't make sure y'all don't out there don't start doing it. Remember Bart Simpson? Remember the Bart Simpson had Black Bart Simpson. See, we from the era of the Black Bart. You know what I'm saying? The Black Bart Simpson.
Yeah, they did.
They had the black. They had Black Bart Simpson and shit. So listen, God is the best. We took that, but we gonna wrap this up. Make it make sense. Godspeed. Start charging too much for this fucking shirt. I'm out of here.
Thank you, Cuzzo.
Yeah.
Love you so much. Thank you, Cuzzo. Okay.
Oh.
Crazy.